Let's remind ourselves how we stand then, going into this penultimate fixture for these two. Final away game for West Ham, final home game of the season for Manchester United. West Ham almost safe, they're 3 clear of the relegation zone.
Whose last league appearance was at Chelsea in February. British midfielder Connor Coventry is again in the squad. So if Manchester United are to there by Souček, but still managed to work it through to Martial. Slight miss. Anthony Martial gets his shot away and already tests Lucas Fabianski, and the goalkeeper proving himself up to the task in the opening few minutes. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. This is Mason Greenwood, and again Fabianski called into action.
Well, a couple of half chances, one for Martial and now Mason Greenwood.
Then Williams, who's sticking to his task, and that now Martial. Results. Here's Bruno Fernandes, always capable of picking out a pass. Antonio. As well, whips it right across an open invitation.
Well, I couldn't quite see from here who was flying in. I'm not quite sure why Fosu-Mensah would.
Rashford. In towards Bruno Fernandes, and he couldn't control it. And the flag had stayed down as well.
I'm so surprised. His touch is all.
House. Noble was onto it, but
Champions League.
Oh. Anthony Martial. Well, they have been flying in for him here of late.
Front four for Manchester United, a lot more respect for one another, lending.
Bowen combining with Michail Antonio. Fornals is in the middle, so Harry Maguire is needed to cut that out.
Yeah, they're just settling into the game.
Bowen gets his cross away, and Bonner was coming in on it a bit too heavily. Paul Tierney is now. Pogba to Fosu-Mensah, who's offside. Flag was up.
And it went up straight away. Just
Antonio pulls it across. Out there, Martial pulls out onto that side sometimes. Here's Fernandes. Jared Bowen, who's aiming to get away from Brandon Williams, but Matic is there to mop things up.
Well, they're on top here, West Ham, starting to play.
Side, as he bears down on Lindelof here and wins a corner. Does he? No. Came off Antonio last, according to the referee. Cresswell. Flag are all kinds of problems from set pieces. Ogbonna climbing and couldn't get his header on target.
Well, he's annoyed with him.
Bearing down on their goal now. It's Fernandes, Rashford. Goes for it himself. Williams with a clip cross, and Fosu-Mensah.
That's where they did need Greenwood. Well done to him for getting in.
Souček was free on the right. He was in a great position through before half-time. Williams has kept it in, tries to drive it into there, and it's Greenwood whose strike is blocked off again by West Ham.
Well, the goal nearly did come as it fell back to Mason Greenwood. You're thinking, well, he is the right man.
Johnson with a cross. Antonio looks to come in and managed to out-battle Lindelof.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see whether it would have been a foul.
Oh, that's a foul by Fosu-Mensah on Antonio.
Well, West Ham playing really well, combining good football. Antonio starting to have an influence.
For contemplation, it's lined up for Declan Rice. Really caught that one, Pogba. He's got straight back onto his feet. Well, the bloodied nose is only metaphorical because it is a penalty. Facing up to the Premier League's hot shot since the restart, and Antonio delivers again from the spot. Manchester United stunned. They trail here to West Ham on the brink of half-time.
Well, forget the fact that it's an appalling lack of discipline from Paul Pogba.
Leading at his old club, Manchester United 0, West Ham
For Manchester United. And
no hiding place with cameras everywhere and everything checked by Souček. Johnson.
Williams.
Now Marcus Rashford trying to involve Martial. Fernandes coming in to take over. Martial, though, keeps it alive for West Ham. Johnson curls one in. Martial, it's Mason Greenwood! The youngster they can rely on when they need a break. Mason Greenwood marks his 50th appearance for Manchester United with the equaliser.
Well, it's a brilliant bit of play.
Brandon Williams, who's desperate to stay with him, but Bowen stands his ground. Has to be blocked out in the end. Rice hits it over. Wan-Bissaka, who pulls it back. It's Martial with a shot that produces a Manchester United corner.
Yeah, we're starting to play now. Speed of the pass.
Wan-Bissaka with a cross. Williams, eased out of the way by Bowen. But not with any real... And here's Pogba. Unfortunate. Fernandes to Pogba. Pogba going for the strike.
Well, you fancied him. He had enough space in front of him, and he's good in those areas.
Noble. Jared Bowen! Good response from De Gea.
Well, it's a good save from De Gea. I think Brandon Williams gets half a block in, just takes a little bit of the spires.
Cresswell with a cross. Declan Rice. Oh! He's got the taste for it now, hasn't he?
Well, he scored a worldie on Friday night. The angle away, look.
Here's Matic. This is Fernandes trying to. It's Fornals with a cross. Here's Greenwood. ΗիឡhIiຣີ! Well, that could have been the moment to change all that. Martial behind him felt he was in a better position.
Yeah, I think ΗiឡhIiÍ had to take it. What an introduction that would have.
Here's Bruno Fernandes. But that's not going to do well.
Nhận định Juventus với Torino, Ronaldo cùng các đồng đội sẽ tiếp đón đối thủ Torino. Bianconeri tiếp tục mất điểm ở mùa giải năm nay sau khi bị đội bóng mới nổi Benevento cầm hòa trên sân khách. Kết quả thất vọng này làm khiến Bianconeri bị đội đầu bảng AC Milan bỏ xa tới 5 điểm. Dù giải đấu mới trôi qua chưa đầy 1/4, với việc tấm vé vượt qua vòng bảng Champions League đã được đảm bảo, huấn luyện viên Pirlo nên dành sự tập trung nhiều hơn cho các giải quốc nội. Những thử nghiệm cũng đã được danh thủ người Ý đưa vào thu về kết quả ban đầu tương đối khả quan.